Ah, the oh-so-hard-to-find PS5. Maybe the most desired console of all time. Since so many people want it, but not many people can actually get it, there is a lot of misinformation floating around that maybe you can't confirm by yourself. So this time we're going to help you out, busting some myths one by one until we can get the truth. Get ready, cause today we are busting 20 myths of the PS5.
Super players.
Myth number 1. Let's start with the most common myth of them all, and that is, you don't need to pay to play online on the PlayStation 5. This is absolutely false. You have to pay to play online on the PlayStation 5. The only exceptions are games that are free to play, like Fortnite, Apex, or Warzone, which are, well, free, and don't charge you to play. But other than those types of games, yes, you have to pay for a PlayStation Plus subscription to play online. Get used to subscriptions on consoles. That's how they all work. Myth number 2. PlayStation 5 is more powerful than Xbox. No, that is also false. In fact, the Xbox has more teraflops than a PS5. Although in practice, what we have seen is that they are very even. Yes, Xbox wins most of the time on multi-platforms, but not by that much. So, for the average gamer, they wouldn't find a difference in graphic quality most of the time. But no, the PlayStation 5 is not more powerful than the Xbox Series X. Myth number 3. The PlayStation 5 storage is faster than Xbox. Well, the PS5 storage is supposed to be extremely fast, and it has a lot of proprietary technology that the Xbox doesn't have. But in practice, what we've seen is that they have very similar load times on games that exist on both consoles. Some games favor Xbox, some other games favor PS5. So yeah, we'll give Sony the benefit of the doubt anyway, since they've put so much emphasis on this technology, and so many PlayStation 5 exclusives haven't even started to come out yet, where they're supposed to show off this potential. But in the meantime, they're pretty much the same, and the super fast PS5 storage is basically a myth. Myth number 4. You can use a PlayStation 4 controller on a PlayStation 5. Yes, you can use PlayStation 4 controllers on a PlayStation 5. But only for PlayStation 4 games specifically. When you put in a PlayStation 5 game, it doesn't work. Myth number 5. You can use a Dualsense controller on a PlayStation 4. No, at the moment, you can't. Neither per cable nor via Bluetooth. We don't know if this will change in the future, but for right now, it's not possible. Myth number 6. You can put an external disk drive on a digital PS5. Well, some people have tried. You can connect it through USB, and you'll hear the disk spin, but the game will never launch. So there you go. Myth number 7. The PlayStation 5 with disc reader doesn't support digital games. Let's put it this way. The PS5 with disc reader is basically a digital PS5 with a disc reader attached. So it can run physical and digital games. And yes, I know a lot of you guys think this is a very strange question to ask, but believe me, people ask this question all the time. All the time. Myth number 8. The PlayStation 5 shouldn't be placed horizontally. That's also not true. You can put the console horizontally or vertically, as it was designed that way. It looks stranger and uglier, but yes, you can do it. Myth number 9. PlayStation 5 does not support hard drives. That is not true. It does support hard drives, but not for PS5 games. You can only install PlayStation 4 games or have a backup of your PlayStation 5 games so that when you need it, you don't have to download it again from the internet. Myth number 10. You can play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 games on the PlayStation 5. You can't. You can only play PlayStation 4 games, and not even all of them. The only way you can play PlayStation 1, 2, or 3 games on a PS5 is through the PlayStation Now service. which is basically a streaming service that nobody uses because, well, it's just bad. Myth number 11. PlayStation 5 is as loud as PlayStation 4. Not at all. The PlayStation 5 is a lot quieter than the previous PlayStation, so now you won't feel as if you had a jet engine below your TV. Myth number 12. The PlayStation 5 supports the 1440p resolution. Also not true. This resolution, which is very common for PC gamers, is not officially supported on the PlayStation 5, only on Xbox. So, right now, the PlayStation 5 basically supports 1080p and 4K only. Myth number 13. PlayStation 5 does not support 120 frames per second. That's not true. The PlayStation 5 does indeed support 120 frames per second. It is just that the list of games that support that frame rate is not so big, but PS5 does support that frame rate. You just have to look harder for games. Myth number 14. You don't need a headset since the Dualsense has mics and speakers integrated. Wait. Yes, the Dualsense controller has a built-in microphone and a built-in speaker, but even though you can talk through the controller, it sounds kinda bad. It's never going to sound better than if you just use a headset. So yeah, the Dualsense has those features inside, but please keep using your headsets for everyone's sake. Myth number 15. The PS5 controller battery is better than the PS4 controller battery. Well, technically yes. The Dualsense battery is bigger, but since this controller has so many new features, it also drains faster. So yes, the battery is bigger, but if you use all of the new features that really make the PlayStation 5 feel cool, it's basically the same battery life as a DualShock 4. Myth number 16. DualSense only works with the PlayStation 5. This is false. In fact, DualSense is very compatible. It works with iOS devices, iPhones, iPads, and Android devices, and even PCs without having to do anything additional. If your PC supports Bluetooth, you can perfectly pair it with your DualSense and play Steam games, and it feels pretty awesome. In fact, there are some games that are implementing DualSense-specific functionality when playing on PC with this controller. Myth number 17. PlayStation 5 games are more expensive. Well, let's see here. Generally, the standard in the video game industry is that a new game tends to cost $60. However, Sony took this to the next level, and now Sony exclusives cost $70. Games like Demon's Souls, the new Ratchet & Clank, and anything else Sony puts out now cost an additional $10. There are other multi-platform games that try to pull this off once in a while, but it's not very common. So, in a way, yes, the exclusive games are more expensive on PlayStation 5. Myth number 18. If I had a PlayStation 4 and I buy a PlayStation 5, I would lose all of my friends, my games, and my subscriptions. Nope, that's not true. All your games, subscriptions, friends, all of that is tied directly to your PlayStation account. So you can take your PlayStation 4 account, log into your PlayStation 5, and you're going to have everything identical as before. Myth number 19. I can convert my PlayStation 4 games to PlayStation 5 games. Well, this depends. What a lot of developers are doing is they sell you the game on PlayStation 4 and charge you extra for the PlayStation 5 version like they did on Battlefield 2042. If you don't pay extra, they're going to work, but as PlayStation 4 games, without better graphics. Some other games do it for free, so it really depends. Myth number 20. If I have a PlayStation 5, I can't talk to my PlayStation 4 friends. This is absolutely false. It doesn't matter if you have a PlayStation 4 or a PlayStation 5. You can talk to your friends without any problems. You can message each other, be in groups, do voice chat, everything as usual. The only thing is, if you're on a PlayStation 5 and you send an invite to a PlayStation 4 user to join you in a game that's only on PlayStation 5, they're not going to get anything. But for normal conversations and games that are on both consoles, it works totally identical. You're still going to be able to talk and play with your friends. So, there you have it. Was any of this information valuable to you? Did you find any of these myths to be interesting? Let us know in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.
Super players.